I promised you a homemade bun recipe. You can use this for either hot dogs or hamburgers. Grab your apron and let's get to baking. We're gonna start this recipe by microwaving 1 cup of milk, 4 tablespoons of salted butter, and 1 tablespoon of white granulated sugar. My butter is room temperature, so it's probably gonna take about 45-50 seconds. You're gonna wanna make sure your mixture is about 110 degrees. If you don't have one of these instant read thermometers, you could just use your finger. If you can stick your finger in there and hold it in there and it's not too hot, burning you, you know it's not too hot for your yeast. If it's too hot for a baby, it's too hot for yeast. You can add 1 packet of active dry yeast, or if you buy it in bulk, it's gonna be 2 1/4 teaspoons. We're gonna mix this and we're gonna set it aside for about 5 minutes until the top becomes all foamy. Prep our dry ingredients while we're waiting on our yeast. 3 cups of unbleached all-purpose flour. That's where I like to start. I may end up adding a little bit as we go. And 1 teaspoon of salt. AM salts, by the way, they make more than just vanilla bean salt, which is usually what you hear me talking about. Whisk this together, and once your yeast mixture looks foamy on top, it's ready to go. You're gonna add this to your bowl, and I like to start mixing this. I'm just gonna mix it until a shaggy dough forms with the end of a wooden spoon. Have you ever wondered why you have to add some sort of sugar to bread recipes? Yeast needs sugar, whether that be white granulated sugar, honey, maple syrup. It needs that to kind of activate and wake up. It needs to feed off of a form of sugar. Turn this out and we're gonna start kneading it. Might be sticky at first, that's okay, keep working it. Now after kneading your dough for like 2 or 3 minutes, if it's still very, very sticky, you're just gonna sprinkle a little bit of flour, like a tablespoon or 2 at a time until your dough stops becoming sticky. But work the dough in between additions. Sometimes you feel like it's still too wet and it will in fact come together. Now we're just gonna knead this for about 5 minutes. I'm using a little bit of avocado spray to coat. Now we're gonna cover this and let it double in bulk. And if your house is as hot as mine today, it's about 81 degrees in here right now. It's gonna take no time at all. Usually for me, it takes about an hour when it's a little bit cooler. About 35 minutes to double in my house today. Turn it out, divide it into 8 pieces. Now you're gonna take each piece of dough and you're just gonna press it into a rectangle. I usually do about, 6 by 4. You're gonna roll it up, pinch the seams, and pinch the ends together. Place this seam side down on a cooking sheet lined with parchment paper. Spray a sheet of cling wrap with some more avocado oil. Place it on top of your rolls. Proof for another 30 minutes. Now these are gonna bake in a preheated 375-degree oven for about 14 to 16 minutes. I'll be back. Rolls have about 1 minute left to go. You're gonna go ahead and melt about a tablespoon of butter. Did I have to make butter because I was out to do this with? Yes, but this recipe needs to be finished with a little bit of butter. I also need it for mac and cheese for my kids tonight. I'm not telling you this to brag that I made homemade butter. It's not hard, it's really easy. I'm doing this to show you that there are ways around. When I first started cooking and baking, if it was on the ingredients list and I didn't have it, I wasn't making it. Now, you have Google at your fingertips. There's always a workaround. Melt your butter. Now you're just gonna brush this with this melted butter, and they're gonna soften as they cool. Here is your finished result. I wish I had a hot dog to stick in here tonight, but we're having mac and cheese and steak. That's all I have for you tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.